Welcome to the Eagles World channel. Today we are here in the beautiful settlement of Gulmit, the headquarters of Gojal subdivision of Hunza district in the northern Pakistan. We'll be sharing with you today an old building that is historic in many terms because many national and international scale decisions have been also taken from this place, which is termed as the Mir's Palace, or in today's parlance, we may term it as Mir's Bungalow. It was constructed during Mir Nazim Khan's era between 1891 to 1938. And the second phase of the construction is said to have been carried out during the reign of Mir Muhammad Jamal Khan, the last ruler of the former Hunza state. Gulmit is very much important in many respects. It is not only the headquarters or the second winter capital of the former Hunza state, but also with regard to its cultural diversity and its expansive geography. So here there are more or less 600 households these days, and also it's also famous particularly with regard to the stairs of Gulmit, which has been constructed by the community last year in 2020 when there was the coronavirus. And it's so much marvelous in that respect that while people were so much afraid all over the world, but the people, the community of the village, they were so much enthusiastic, and they constructed one of the stairs named as Ondra Poiga, or the stairs of Ondra, which is behind an ancient fortress above. We are, in this respect, we are so much fortunate to have with us one of the community leaders, an exemplary teacher, and a former senior vice president of the Wahid Tajik Cultural Association, who will be guiding us through this building and will tell us the importance of the historic building which is just before us, the Mir's Palace. You are most welcome, sir, in this program, in this show, that you spared your time and you are going to share with us your crucial knowledge about this building in particular. Thank you to you also, Asrar Hussain Azim, for your kind help and technical support with regard to the videography. So we'll be moving, sir. So thank you. And shall we go inside? All right, sir.
Entrance of.
Yeah. Is this the entrance?
Entrance.
Yeah. So we are moving inside. So you could see this is the place, but it is so much unfortunate to see that. Well, just see there are, these kinds of, I think, maybe, I don't know what kind of grasses are here. They have grown here in this place. And this is the place, where the decisions during the time of the Mirs or the rulers of Hunza, they have been taken place. And particularly when we look here, the things here, it wasn't so. Just imagine, it has become in a sense ruined. And we have, our elders here, some of the elders of this village, and particularly from the foster family of the Mirs. They are also here, and then we'll be having a little discussion with them, and then we'll go up, and Mr. Muhammad Rahbar will guide us all the way inside the house. So, sir, could you please tell us a little bit about the importance here, and then we'll go inside. No. So, come on. Yes, sir. You could share your thoughts and your knowledge in Urdu or in Wafi, whatever it is easy for you.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। सबसे पहले मैं इस मीर हुंजा हाउस गुलमित के बारे में ये आपको बताऊं कि क्योंकि गुलमित हुंजा स्टेट का सिकंदर खिलाफा रहा है और मीर हुंजा हर साल सितंबर से लेकर नवंबर तक यहाँ पे राइस पजीर होते थे। और ये जगह जो मीर हुंजा का ये कोर्ट हम कहेंगे इसको कि यहाँ पे ओपन कोर्ट, जहाँ कोई फैसला करना हो तो वो लोग आके मीर हुंजा ऊपर बैठते थे अपने वज़ीरों के साथ। तो यहाँ पे इर्द गिर्द अवाम के मुतबर नुमाइंदे या नंबरदार जो भी दरबार में आते थे वो सारे इर्द गिर्द बैठते थे। तो जिसका जो भी मसला हो तो वो यहाँ पे खड़े होकर मीर हुंजा को अपना वो मसला को बयान करता था। या फ़रीक़ अव्वल फ़रीक़ द्यूम की बात है तो वो यहाँ पे खड़े होते थे और अवाम के सामने मीर हुंजा अपने नंबरदारों अरबाब, उस वक़्त अरबाब कहा जाता था, उनके साथ मिलकर उसी वक़्त उसका डिसीजन होता था, फैसला।
Shall I translate it for you? Give me. So, I would like to translate it, the gist of his statements or the discussion. Sir Muhammad Rahbar was mentioning about the importance of this place, particularly where we are right now, sitting in the grasses have grown here. It wasn't so as described earlier. This was the courtyard, the court of an open court of the Mir of Hunza. So he was telling that, well, how the Mir or the ruler, along with his ministers or the advisors, used to sit up, and then here, here at this place. You could see the women folk, the elders, they are here, so they would sit around, the village heads and those who were the dignitaries or the notables, and then whenever any kind of decision, any kind of case was brought before them, they would decide it, at the same time after thoroughly listening and pondering over those issues and coming up with the decision at the same time.
दूसरा का इसका इम्पोर्टेंस एक और है कि जब भी दूर दूर के जैसे शिमशाल पुरसन और दूसरे गोजाल थू से भी लोग आते थे यहाँ मीर हुंजा के पास, तो उस वक़्त या त्यौहार हो या शादी ब्याह हो तो उनके लिए भी यहाँ पे वो जो फेस्टिवल हम कहेंगे त्यौहार मनाने का जगह भी ये था। और उसके बाद गुलमित के शादी ब्याह का जो रस्म है या उसको हम कहेंगे जहाँ पे नाच गाने की बात होती थी तो वो भी यहाँ पे मुनक़िद होता था।
Okay, sir. So second, he was describing about the significance of this venue, that the people from the upper Gojal, they also used to come here, and this place was also used for the rituals and festivals and even for the marriage ceremonies as well. And these are some of the aspects of the significance of this place where we are standing and discussing right now.
तीसरा इसका ये है कि जब भी गवर्नमेंट ब्रिटिश के दौर से लेकर पाकिस्तान के जो नुमाइंदे या रेजिडेंट, उस वक़्त के रेजिडेंट या पॉलिटिकल एजेंट या हुकूमत पाकिस्तान के जो भी बड़े बड़े अफसर या फ़ौजी अफसर जो भी आते थे उनका इस्तकबाल यहाँ पे होता था और आवाम जमा होकर यहाँ उनका इस्तकबाल किया जाता था। और सबसे बड़ा जो प्रोग्राम हुआ है मुझे याद है 1962 में प्रेसिडेंट अयूब खान, पाकिस्तान का सदर फील्ड मार्शल मोहम्मद अयूब खान ने यहाँ आए गए, ये गनिश से लेकर फासू तक जीप रोड का इफ्तिताह भी उसी दौरान हुआ और मीरा फुंजा के साथ अयूब खान 2 दिन यहाँ पे वो ठहरे और यहाँ पे आवाम से खिताब किया तो इस लिहाज से भी इसकी अहमियत ज़्यादा है.
The third point which Mr. Muhammad Rehbar was telling us or sharing with us is an eyewitness account. He's telling that in 1962 particularly when President Ayub Khan, Field Marshal President Ayub Khan, the then President of Pakistan had come here, so he was warmly welcomed at this place when the road was being opened or inaugurated, the jeepable road from Ganesh to Gulmit. So that was one of the most important events he describes here. And besides that, also those who were the officials of the British, such as the political agent or other dignitaries or notables who ever would come, they were received at this place and then taken inside. So the whole public would gather here. Okay.
Please come.
Yes, sir.
Up.
Okay, we'll go up now from here. We are taking the stairs and then the elders are there and then we'll talk a bit with them and then we go inside. So these are the elders of Gulmit, of the foster family of the Mir of Hunza, and then 2 of them, they will tell us their names. They are from the line of the younger son of Mir Shaslam Khan, Abdullah Khan's descendants. So, yeah. Tinung is and
Bibi Anjir.
Bibi Anjir to Khunu Kananan.
Vanungi Bibi Usni.
Bibi Husni, all right. Sabatat Vanung.
Vatathanungi Muhammad Shah Khan.
Okay, thank you, Sansen Shakui.
If Bilgini.
Khunung Khana.
Bibi Nagini Zanung. Muhammad Azima Deita.
Muhammad Azim Deida.
Nung Statun. Ha.
Muqim Khan.
कागज बेगम है ना जो जखना नू कागज बेगम
Khunung Tektatun.
मेरे नाम बीबी शाहीन.
सही तातनू
मेरे अबू के नाम मोहम्मद नशाद. ये ख्याल रख.
all right
Puppe.
साजिद खान तातनू
नौशर खान.
जो मातरम उस्ताद करूं खान
रहबर वलीद अब्दुल बारी.
والد عبد الباري. So نعم كنا نتعوز بشيء so we are up here. Here the Mir of Hunza used to sit, and then as Mr. Muhammad Rehbar was telling us in detail down that how the people they would come down to that court, to the court, the open court, and the courtiers would sit there. So here now we would like to, before that we go inside and Sir Rehbar tells us in detail, what kind of things are there. So we would like to talk a bit about the memories of these elder women because they had close interaction here at that time, being the foster family and then the family members. So we'll take a little, expression or their viewpoints about this building, and then we'll go out. Look, Nan. So. चीज़ यो दे सावर है ये चीज़ बाबा तो
ये मदोरान यानी कसम फोनो.
या द साव यो दर्सी ये चीज़ चीज़ अहम तो ड्रम सावन से मुजाइन रशन स्पीट या तरंग तो हाय खसाब कितने
ये मैंने नहीं मेरे खसाब.
कौन दर्से हाय ड्रम वुश्ते हुए दर्से यो दिख सावर किस चीज़ थे.
هذا مازن تو يطاتكي مير جمال خان مكانية. هوال غزان نزيم خانن يعني غزان خانن مير جمال خانن. يو بخداس نمكافي شك.
yaş gidilmez dedir. Yani baf vakti. Ya bir kül yurt şöyle dem kıçar girdiyen yozdum kırsı dikt. Yavriş kısa kert. Haftamız şavr kert. Yaş ufuzun girden niyene. Yani nanemir. O tarpan zigirim ki kafi sol. Zengi ki bu sol. Çok sol. Niver nekken yaş biz ki ne uzayn bitiyedir. Je mag het bezag tabdili wezdiga. Echt is kneu zijn dit. Wat perk bewitten. Maar geef koeien hem neletser. Koeintjes hak.
Sim. Eu قصاي ناس تنان بدرت تمخ شو قصاصك كستكت كي ما تبين تسوق صاب يودش تو وذا درمر تاخن زود ترمر شويت لساس
Ja.
تميز دوش عارنيف شويت ده حق صاب سكر
Sakin iş makara de şapikin bewezda. Uzittim bizdak şuy. Sak şapik bitremozam. Şuna ne mir ne kedrem şine Hunza usta desnene.
اها
Tamaşor şu adam pencerani işte. Kırsiv şevdik cigonu vakt. Evstet tamaşa tayin. Ha o targirim kısakın bakar semezda. Vaz mola film şvita yoru sakı. Şuy demcay sakın şuvezda. Tayin nişkert. Misum imam didari nişkert. Ya ami
So
şanvez.
would like to translate a bit. Well, she's Mrs. Bibi Anjir Muhammad Abbas and daughter of Muhammad Siab Khan. So she relates the story that how they used to come here along with other family members when there were, the Rani of Hunza and the Mir of Hunza, where they used to stay here. So then she relates that and relates and then describes, those events when the people would sit down there and then the Mir would give, his verdicts about different cases. Yeah. So thank you, Mama. Nan tursi sana. Odidi. Ayem baba ten sot me sawal ka chiz yodi savar hadrim.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم شوية بني بيتر ربار بدرم قصا وزيزولو بخوي بدرم قصا كت ساك شو بش چيز كنك باشنا جمري كيو دتي نبدرم نخاتا ميرش دخو يعني أجونا نيش درم نينا عيش خان ميرش درم نينا مير جمال خان درم بش كيو نشنكشالن شبرشانن يو جيز وزد يخت Arbobist, jarpaist, trumpaist, wedredrem destiena, jos het zemen niet avrisch ksakker. Gandoos ta destiena. Niveau sak zergiki ponanisch, maar zile begat alweer hier besko sak zo skem dest skem bogia verwazom. Adem gandoos ik in schwaz de misha, jem zo isham kuist bobet. Was mazer tom riotki. Hier gezien, mijn peres, maar mijn safed hadden me hier ja winet. Ja, je komt de Tibet. Ja, maar malim nou als je komt meer Tibet, gezien gewoon Tibet kan. Albat gezien gewoon niet. Toch hadden ze komen niet in gezien slavan. Het omri oude mariot. Zo, na nee, meer Jamal Khan dan zak vooruit. Ja, vrisken biedt, ja, wat doe je besak het gehoord. Zo, na nee. Ja, we risken niet gezien. Ja, laten we. Adam we een zak. Dirkul wakfi. Adrem is bapasha basis het bedwees daar. Ze moeten beetje molen schwees de golf kunnen en beschwees de wishamis. Het hebben ze beschwees dat ja we salam kert. Adam we beschniena. Ja we zingen en zakto. Ja we zo gewisham bri zat kert. Ja we shaver kert asje beschat. Wat we schrijven, gocht stavers kariot, weet je, we schrijven salomar. En dan gaat er even toe. Niet zoals ik je mag dat de leer schnak was en even een cheesy naast de jongens niet wat dank tikshit. Hij me kon ik komt te meer
لكن يا مهانات تاني وشتين زرت خستحالي.
نيفي وزيو ني أمين خان نونك بتري يوري مخيتك أي مكان نيف أمين خان.
خب خفت شكر would like to translate a bit the gist of the discussion. She was mentioning that the same something that is repeated and as earlier respondents were narrating here. And besides that, that how they would come along with traditional food because one of the brothers of last Amir, late Colonel Ayash Khan, used to live with his foster family, to the other side of the polo ground, in the house of Arbab Gauhar Hayat of Gulmit. So they were both of them, and along with them another sister of them, Gagaz Begum, the three of them, they were there, and how they used to come here along with the traditional food prepared by them, and not taking this route, rather the route of the garden, and would meet the Rani of Hunza, or the wife of the last ruler of Hunza, named as Shamsun Nahar. So these were, just the gist of her discussion, and we'll move onward. Asrar Hussain. Yeah, please. Next, if they could tell us a bit about their memories. Ask them.
Mumish Khana. Tore cheese you them kuna.
Ayub birlikten götüm var bahaya.
Ne uxanna yozumxa.
Yan kedremen tu çubet kubedem jay odum jay tey zengum da meron ben tu. Bundan geldi mertu. Diye meron ben değil sakın.
Sabukhun kumur to atem.
Sokun kedrem tu edem jam zaten.
Sei.
Sakın drem tu spon jarjin işbiyot. Then Shafik işbiyot yibun maklar
Man
ne.
jar zvrut Jamshid Khan to khan.
Zennan levrit
Aritam Khan.
Jamshid Khan to.
So,
Aritam Khan was Rujat levrit to.
so she was telling us about her relationship and some memories of the past, because all of them, so far as they have been sharing their memories with us, they are 80 plus. Their age, that has exceeded 80. So she was relating us, some of those memories, and besides, she is a foster sister of late Ghazi Johar, known as Haritam as well, and then the son of Mir Muhammad Nazim Khan. So how they used to bring food or milk and these things here. So thank you, Auntie. Next, कोई सकल
Jo mum.
को दीजिए या कोई सकल की खात
Zeringa Yarkoki. Monsieur Saddar Khan Khandan Sale.
Nam tanam.
Yo renk Chinere. Zahir yo jaz verit. Ro Khandan Yasale. Yo bedan كتير بس دركيناس. Rukhashki Alwaishirgo Khistashgo the Modernization Hunza. Mire, Marshal skabogna ja dest kwedme. Mire, Hunza. Ga nivki ozum hat witte merikum yost gestam gocht. Hunza mire nieng de Bukhari. Maar we hebben gamma, we hebben elkaar weer, die stargon kat gamma.
Check.
Was kuch binaya. Emi kui knaker nane. Ayash Khan Karker. Khatki Turselne Dishi Khatki Asanati Kuina, Michel Razi Jawar Khan Ushamat. Aritam Khan Yandito. Knaker Yande Mir Shabal de Hunza Mirik Dejka Pundi Gaka, the Ravia. The captions kitli.
The gist of her discussion, she was relating her relationship, foster relationship with Mir's family, particularly with one of the fugitives or the rulers of Hunza, named Safdar Ali Khan, who had fled his country in 1891 and had gone to China. So she was saying that her family, her paternal family had raised her, and Zahir Shah was his foster brother, and then was also recalling her memory that how they used to bring the milk and creams etc. to the family here because she was wife of late Bainazar, who was a foster brother of Ghazi Johar. So then relating there also that how they came here and when the Mir didn't recognize her, then his brother then used to tell him that she was so and so the foster sister or brother of Ghazi Johar. Well, this is what I'm not exactly translating it, but rather the gist was there. Thank you once again, and lastly we'll reach to my maternal aunt Kagaz Begum. Please, you carry on and ask her, please. Nan.
يمهم
Samyona qsamitsari.
طور چیز یادم خونه حوالان توش کی بیزاق چیز قصص
لك ما يربيت بتسكت شوي هيت يودي مار كام يشتغلوكنا يبدو صار كن يود هزين نش ويز دا رايد يبدو نش هزين خدمات مشكلت يبوز هزين يبوز ساك زين كو زمان رنگ دیدیت که بسو یان زنگ بساک خیال لیکر کمشان نیبات کنش سپانو گدرزن یان نیستاد ساک نکزنگ اب خدمت کس پاداز نکشی و شپیک نشگاه دیگر دیگر چیار کنی بخید که شپیک نشابرگاه شپیک نشابروزم ستت پشت مرد بنابن یاب شابردی سریر نک اب تمر نشتیار کرد اشت بشویز دوازم دبش دیگر نیوش این چیز نه تیاب نکزنگ بساک خیال امشال کر نه تک خود کن
توش چیز کنه که زوج سرمو
أنا موزة جنان translation مكان. So my maternal aunt Kagaz Begum was mentioning about her memories that how she used to come here along with the food because here Mrs. Kagaz Begum, Mrs. Bibi Anjir and Mrs. Bibi Usni, the three of them, they are real sisters, and then also sisters of late Rai Ghulamuddin Khan. So that is what they were relating the situation of that time with this old house or with this Mir's palace when they used to come here along with food. She was mentioning that they used to contribute or serve them in terms of their food and so on. So those memories are still fresh in their mind, and when they come here they can remember the things and how particularly late Colonel Ayash Khan, younger brother of Mir Muhammad Jamal Khan, and the secretary of the former Hunza state, when they were with them as their family, how they how he used to take care of them there, and then here when they would come to meet the Rani of Hunza. So that is what she was mentioning about it. Yeah, no. Nana Lupnan versus connected
يعني مرحوم واتشن سولن ساكتشفيت يوم يود ناس غزان خان إن تروبت يديت يو تيشورت فيتو يخد كبشات بابار داستو يديت تيشورت بيبي في شركات جمال خان جمشيد خان مني عياش خان يدو مري بابو غزان خانن وازي نني ميرن ساكشي برناني خات
يعني بيتش
كوارتشز
بيتش
زيك يعني أيوني شاد ذيك تو بتر وزنفر لي خان يا عباس لي خان أمين خان أيو ذيك بنونج دوري شوال ملكاي حسن ملكاي ميري ملكاي فوزيا ملكاي أزرا نيلفار يزوملون أيام شاد ذيك دي زناني ميرن يوني يخويتو تروفريتو شاد ذيك تو بتر
درست غف تشكر
وزدم ميرا محالا مزك وزشبكناك باش مزك سيجركي يا بنيد جاي يا بوب ختكي أيا بتعريف شباب تمر خاني كشت فتمر أولاد مير نزم خان بساك يا بنت سلام كلهم من خيط لكن يا بنونج بستور مار بيجان
غف شكريانا
غاف شكريا وز هاي مروفر مولا جنات نصيب زار
آمين.
Thank you thank you for narrating the kinship relationship of the Mir's family here, and particularly from Ghazan Khan onward. She was describing about their descendants or the progenies. So then how how many children Mir Ghazan Khan or especially Mir Jamal Khan had, and she was describing about them. We'll move finally to my older maternal aunt Bibi Anjir. So she wants to contribute a bit about late Colonel Ayash Khan, the former secretary of the Hunza state. Yanana.
وشوية مسافر مديركي جو نانا ريتو جو بوبن بتر نتو يجو نانتو يوا يشخان سلة هم بوزمان جو يشخان سا يعني دفوجتو يعني دس فوج بتشي يعني سبدار ميجر قراندار تيش ريك دفوج ويز دي تريك ديش جيتر ويز ريك تب جملة دفتي يودن هو تبانز غيرك هاي ميري منني مير بابا مير وش فيت كم منني ميري فيتين بيروتو زين نتو كي زين بافجي دكوشتن ستاخ هناك اليوم نوت لبسافر وز بتاع ميري نتن رين شرابنا شو قسم بزكنا يوكن ماش دور خلق تو يانكا يوز كنجدي وتخوشيكت شنانية سفاوجي نيش توزن ديور باستي غونا 60 years ago هايو شو يارك شوكي وزمان بري مالي شنانا بري تايش خانة يعني كل يو يارك أيو شو يو سفاوجي نيش لبسا فكا يعني مير سكترية بي هذي يو نلايق لاينتو نشاف داش تريد
بس سمن
خير أنا ببرشكريا ترى سكفري
أنا نزيم جنانا شيز صار ترجمة سلمى. So my maternal aunt was describing about her foster uncle Colonel Yash Khan, who was a foster sister of her mother, and my maternal grandmother, Shafat Begum, that how they had the relationship because she had no son, she had no brother, so and how they came in relationship with foster relationship with them, and she was describing that about the military services of Colonel Yash Khan when he was with the military force, and then how he was brought back and made as or designated as secretary of the former Hunza state, and how he functioned here at the whole state level. So this is what there was these narratives of all these respondents, and let's move ahead, and I would like to thank all of them once again, and we'll certainly move inside, and then we'll see what kind of things are inside. So from here onward we'll once again would like to extend our cordial gratitude to all of them for sharing their thoughts and viewpoints and as eyewitness accounts of the memories with us. غافت شو برصبري كتور was أتم دمتي صبر جدا.
Thank you, Dee. شكرا. Ona sarka miał sarka.
So we are now here on the roof of the Mir's palace, and we have a respondent here, Mr. Sajid Khan. So he had frequent interaction from the house of Colonel Ayash Khan or Arbab Gahar Hayat to this palace. So because he's a foster, we could say that a foster son-in-law of Colonel Ayash Khan. So that's why many memories he has with regard to such kind of historic buildings. خوش آمدید دلو. ترنگا ادم چیز یادی سفن. ادم ترانوش بویز ترمش بویز ترنگ چیز یادی سفر ادم میر ادم محل.
مسافر یاد درنگ درکی میر شوز د تروموی دستانش ادم گلمیت حالد. تیر موتای. هیم یعنی هیم گوجال در خلافته گلمیت. میریش درم حال دا.
ترومش کم یست. تابستان چیز ترماییه.
نوامبر نه اکتبر نوامبر دسامبر شلگیت. بچه‌ها.
یعنی.
تین جون یرم که هزارینگش درم از دا ساکنش و زنگ اتران تی مومشا زنگ آلو آیشیرت آیش وسخت وقت ساکش دک دویز نشترم. موزت ستانزار بچه یای بچه بچه یا ایسا. یا نسوزم درم میر چیز نشا خاموت که باز نشا قشاد داشت کردنه. و تی جون رگیرم که درمش میر.
آشا درم رو کوز گفتگارش تو.
یا جداش تو یا چیزش تو کنجودن.
سافسیر درم تو.
ساکش وزم. چیزش تو. نو کالو یشت. تی خروت بعد چه. که ادرینگ دار که وضع درینگن شوز د ساک درم وزن شرک د تاتی با پوشیخ. درمش سچم بشالن سچ پورسانن سوستن خلابادن هم خالقیست بس میر کی وزدش بس وزد درم. درم کچاش تماشاوید. هیا وقتن تو کی واین نتو. زاک بار بس دیگت که تا واین بس نمینجده. میرشتم خو بلدینیش یورت دم کچاوش نیم.
بربر کچا دیخت.
دا شوارن نیم.
دا شوارن.
شوارن. یا واینش بیت نیم. که یعنی بس.
نمی‌دونم کچا.
نمی‌دونم کچا. وقتی که چیز بیت میرش یعنی باد که کرمت که یعنی بس دم کچا یورت جامع بیت که یا برشادت. یا هیم زنگ چیزیست. مثلا غاب کنی با چیز ناستی.
تشکر شما. So Mr. Sajid Khan was narrating, some interesting stories, and that was really noteworthy, I would say. He was telling us, but besides that, well, he and along with other people who were there working with Colonel Ayash Khan, so how they would bring food from that house, from the house of Arbab Gahar Hayat or Colonel Ayash Khan to this place or the palace, and then they used to bring it as a kind of routine work. So then, more importantly, he's narrating about the events or the festivals when the Mir would come here in during the months during the autumn or winter, such as October, November, and December. And then in December, the Mir of Hunza, Mir Muhammad Jamal Khan, would go back, return to central Hunza, Balkit. So he says that there used to be the night festival or the campfire type of things, and there was no light, so that's why the people would have a campfire there in the polo ground, and then the other people would dance here in the court or at the place, the entrance place which I was describing there. So these were some of the memories he says which still with him, though there are many other, but he shared these things with us. And with this, I would like to thank you once again. Thank you. So, viewers, we are here at the same place where we talked with the older women, and now from here onward, there are a lot of rooms here inside, and my respected teacher Muhammad Rahbar would narrate in detail or describe us, what are the significances of these rooms here on the upper portion or the upper story, and then we'll go down to the ground story as well. Yes, sir, please. Now it's
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। ये बरामदा जो है ये इंट्रेंस भी यहाँ से होता था, और ये फिर ओपन कोर्ट के लिए मीरा हुंजा जब बाहर निकलते थे तो वो यहाँ पे बैठते थे, और इर्द गिर्द के ये जो कोर्ट है लोग बैठते थे। तो पहले भी हो चुका है। तो ये रूम जो है मीरा हुंजा का समझे कि रिसेप्शन, जो मेहमान आते थे मीरा हुंजा से मुलाकात के लिए या गवर्नमेंट के जो अफसरान आते थे, तो सबसे पहले यहाँ पे मुलाकात होता था मीरा हुंजा के साथ। ये
it was a kind of reception, you say?
रिसेप्शन भी है और अंदर छोटा सा ऑफिस है उस
अच्छा, ऑफिस भी है।
हाँ, यहाँ पे।
So I think, yeah, let's go inside. So we are inside this room, and there's Mr. Rahbar was describing about the significance. Well, it is just now ruined at this stage, but at least thanks God. Yeah. So this is alive in a sense, but ruined at the ground side. So,
ये मीरा हुंजा का छोटा सा दफ्तर है, यहाँ पे
so
टेलीफोन
this is
साथ
the
होता
reception,
था।
and that is the office of the Mir of Hunza.
और साथ टेलीफोन पर होता था उसके।
There used to be the telephone set here as well. Yes, sir. Now we'll go back. Yeah, there used to be a telephone and telegraph office, which was used for the public as well.
ये रूम जो है ये मीरा हुंजा के पहले ये जमाल खान के वक्त में दोबारा तामीर की गई। पहले ज़माने में कुछ और अंदाज के रूम्स थे यहाँ पे, और साथ साथ यहाँ पे उस साइड पे भी था। ये मेहमानों के लिए ये कमरा होता था।
So
बाथरूम के
this was
साथ।
constructed. You said, well, this was constructed in the later stage by Mir Muhammad Jamal Khan, yeah.
और ये भी दूसरा, ये भी मेहमानों के लिए।
Well, are these rooms for the guests? You said.
और yes,
So these rooms were for the guests.
यहाँ बुखारी होते थे, यहाँ पे आग जलता था उनके लिए।
So there used to be stove here, the traditional one, not the modern.
हाँ, अभी हम देखते हैं।
So what about this open place, sir?
ये हम इसको, क्योंकि इर्द गिर्द रूम है तो उसके बाहर ये ओपन एरिया है। पहले यहाँ पे कुछ और टाइप का था ये, बाद में फिर यहाँ इसके साथ एक रूम तामीर की गई। ये लेडीज़ के लिए
So this was open because down there are some construction, and on the roof, it is open, and the people used to view,
हाँ, ये रानी
landscape.
ऑफ हमजा और उसके जो खवातीन साथ होते थे, अब मेरा हमजा की जो बेटियां थी, वो यहाँ से जब यहाँ पे पुल होता था, यहाँ पे बैठ के यहाँ से वो नज़ारा करते थे, मैच देखते थे। ये वो
So
जगह
this
था।
was the place for the Rani of Hunza and
उसको
her
सन रूम
daughters.
भी कहा जाता था।
So it could be termed as a sun room, and when there used to be a polo match
In the polo
in the
ground.
polo ground, and they used to watch it from here, and also sometimes the courtyards when there used to be the gathering down. Yes, sir. What is the condition now? What is the condition now?
आप ये यहाँ पे नहीं रह रहे हैं तो ये हालत इसका
Khasta.
खस्ता हो गया है।
So what about the windows and the glasses? Are they there?
ये
Or?
सारे ख़त्म किए गए हैं।
So
पत्थर मार
it used to be a sun as it was described earlier.
Yes.
There used to be pans or the glasses, but they have been I could say that ruined by the children. They have distorted a lot of things, and all these places, they are yet, it is something very much exhaustive. And when I myself also remember some parts of this palace. They were so beautiful, but now there is a huge appeal for its restoration.
और ये यहाँ पे एक ये ऊपर मंजिल का है, नीचे यहाँ पे ये लकड़ी का बहुत बड़ा संदूक है। तो उस ज़माने में जो गंदम जमा करते थे या मालिया का या मेरा फंजा के छुपन में जो ज़मीन है वहाँ से वो जौ लाते थे, तो यहाँ पे उसको बोरी में ला के नीचे गिराते थे, उसमें जमा होता था और नीचे उसका एक इस टाइप का वो लगा है न्यू खाना। तो जब भी ज़रूरत हो वहाँ निकालना तो उसको खोल के बोरी में नीचे भरते थे, ऊपर यहाँ स्टॉक किया जाता था, और जब खर्च करते थे तो नीचे से वो सुराख को खोल के वहाँ से बोरी में वो गंदम खुद ब खुद बोरी में गिरता था।
Interesting, an interesting story. Here, sir, if you have shown it already here. So when there used to be the tax system, and the people from Chipperson or other places from the upper Gojal, when they would bring grains such as wheat or the barley or these things as taxes in kind, so they were brought inside here, and then they would just drop it down to this place here, and then there were certainly responsible persons for them, and who would take care of those taxes. Yes, sir.
अब अंदर जाते हैं।
Pause it.
ये हिस्सा जो है बहुत तारीखी है। ये 1962 में जब प्रेसिडेंट अयूब यहाँ पे तशरीफ़ लाए हैं तो उस दौरान ये तामीर किया गया।
ये वाला पोर्शन।
हाँ, ये पोर्शन तो ये बहुत बड़ा हॉल है।
ये उनके आने से पहले तामीर की गई थी या
नहीं,
उसके बाद?
बस वो 1 साल पहले समझे या उसी दौरान इसको ज़्यादा रिविनेट किया गया। हाँ, तो ये बहुत अहम समझा जाता था उस वक्त।
So
क्योंकि इसको अंदर से लकड़ी मुजूर पैनलिंग किया गया है, बहुत खूबसूरत।
So this place, the room which Mr. Muhammad Rehbar was showing us, he says that it was constructed during the visit of Field Marshal Muhammad Ayub Khan when he came here in 1962, and then it was during those days. But here, a very alarming situation we could see here. So he was just showing, and I would request Asrar Azim to kindly focus it also. There used to be a wooden stair or a ladder, so that has been broken down, whatever the situation may be, due to the careless situation.
ग्राउंड फ्लोर से ऊपर फर्स्ट फ्लोर आने के लिए जो सीढ़ियाँ थी वो बच्चों ने वो तोड़ के खत्म किया गया है।
So
इस
there-
तरह ये
there was-
अगर इसकी केयर नहीं किया गया तो ये इस तरह ये एक तारीखी जो बिल्डिंग है या महल है ये ख़त्म होगा।
बिल्कुल
So thank you so much. So he's emphasizing about the restoration of this old palace. So he says that as these ladder or the has been broken down due to carelessness, so situation could deteriorate further, because we could see around some children also. They are innocent. They cannot understand the situation, what kind of importance it has. But at least those who are responsible in different organizations within the Jamaati institution, or within the Aga Khan Development Network, or within the government or international scale, it is very much important to focus, such kind of buildings. It's so much unfortunate that I don't know what kind of constraints, these organizations or the people have. They have no focus at all here. As far as I know, the owner of this house, this palace, who is Prince Amin Khan, son of late Mir Muhammad Jamal Khan, he has already given it, requested the Aga Khan Culture Services, Khan Culture Services Pakistan in this regard, but there is no care, no positive response from their side so far. But it's a pity that, why they have, they haven't this in their priority list. So I would request not only the Aga Khan Cultural Services, but also the Aga Khan Trust for Culture in broader context to look for such kind of buildings. A lot of rooms are here, a lot of memories, a lot of stories, a lot of historic decisions are affiliated with this old historic building, but no care could be seen, or no proper steps could be seen to have been taken in this regard. Thank you, sir, for briefing us, about some of the aspects of this historic building. We'll move forward, and Mr. Muhammad Rahbar would brief us furthermore.
ये डाइनिंग हॉल जिसमें प्रेसिडेंट अयूब को ये डाइनिंग हॉल भी है और यहाँ बैठक भी था पहले। तो इसी हॉल में 1962 में पाक चाइना दोस्ती का जो पहला आगाज़ है, प्रेसिडेंट अयूब मीरा हुंजा को यहाँ पे ब्रीफिंग दी गई। ये वो
Interesting. This is the
और इसी हाल में और पाक चाइना सरहद बंदी की जो माहिदा की
1963 का।
वो बातचीत का आगाज़ यहाँ से हुआ प्रेसिडेंट अयूब के साथ।
So two important points to be kept in mind. As Mr. Muhammad Rahbar was telling us in detail earlier as well, this is the place where President Ayub Khan had come. This is the dining room or the drawing room of this palace, and Mir Muhammad Jamal Khan, along with his dignitaries, they have given presentation to the President of Pakistan, the then President of Pakistan, Field Marshal Muhammad Ayub Khan. So, and here it was where it was the place or the venue where the demarcation of Sino-Pak border that had taken place, and besides that, also the relationships, the foreign relationships about Pakistan and China in the 1960s. They have also been taken place here, And even we could see when we talk about Karakoram Highway, in that respect, we could also see that, well, things had taken place here at this place. Another point I would like to ask that when there was a decision or an announcement made with regard to feuding with Pakistan in 1947-48, was it also this place? Al-Haq Pakistan كان Gulmit से मिशे.
हाँ, दूसरा इस महल का एक दूसरा तारीखी जो फैसला है, जब 1948 में जंग आज़ादी गिलगित बल्तिस्तान अंजाम को पहुंचा, तो अब मीर ऑफ हुंजा ने सबसे पहले पाकिस्तान से अल-हक का जो लेटर और ख़त लिखा है वो इसी महल से, और वो किताबों में भी है कि मीर ऑफ हुंजा ने वहाँ पे लिखा कि कैंप गुलमित और फिर वो अल-हक का जो मंजूरी है या अल-हक का ऐलान है वो यहाँ से किया गया है.
This is again important, as I was asking the question, a communique which was given with regard to annexation or acceding with Pakistan, that was also made from this palace. And as we saw earlier, we showed you the office of Mir Muhammad Jamal Khan. So that was also from this place when Gilgit-Baltistan liberation war came to the conclusion, and then that was made from here. Yes, sir.
ये वो कमरा है जहाँ पे मीर ऑफ हुंजा अपने फैमिली के साथ इर्द गिर्द बैठते थे, और यहाँ पे क्योंकि वो सर्दियों में इधर आते थे तो यहाँ पे आग जलता था, तो यहाँ पे खाना भी तकरीबन इसी यहाँ पे टेबल होता था, तो वो नीचे बैठ के यहाँ इर्द गिर्द नीचे बैठ के यहाँ पे एक टेबल पे वो खाना खाते थे. ये उनका अपना जाती फैमिली वाला बेडरूम नहीं है, खाना और बैठक.
अच्छा, बैठक है. ऑलराइट, सिर्फ फैमिली के लिए.
हाँ,
पूरे फैमिली.
हाँ, पूरा फैमिली.
अच्छा, ठीक है सर.
जमा होते थे.
So this is the personal drawing room or the dining room of the Mir of Hunza and his family. They used to sit here, and there is a hearth or the stove also, particularly during the time of winter when they were here. It was warmed up, and with regard to the coldness, such kind of arrangements were made, and then they would sit here, and there used to be a lower scale of table, so they would sit down and then eat their food here.
ये उनका जाती
Next. Yes, sir.
ये उनका जाती बेडरूम होता था.
जाती बेडरूम.
Okay. और साथ ये जो छोटा सा कमरा यहाँ पे उनका ये उनका मस्जिद है मेरा हुंजा का.
So here,
पढ़ने की जगह.
so we are now at that place where Mir of Hunza and his family used to offer prayers. But this one, as we cross it, this was the bedroom of the Mir of Hunza and his family. Person. All right, keep going.
ये मेरा हुंजा का जाती ड्रेसिंग रूम है.
This is the personal dressing room of Mir Muhammad Jamal.
बाथरूम है.
And inside there is a washroom or the toilet as well.
और ये रानी का ड्रेसिंग रूम है.
And this is the dressing room of the Rani of Hunza,
और
wife of
बाथरूम
Mir
भी
Muhammad
है.
Jamal Khan.
जिसमें भी बुखारी होता था गर्म।
And there used to be the traditional earth stove. Yeah. A lot of things are there.
Then when I was waiting,
Yeah.
ये इसको पेंट्री कहा जाता था, जहाँ से खाना सप्लाई किया जाता था मेहमानों के लिए। वो बड़े हाल में या अगर मेहमान ना हो तो उनके फैमिली को यहाँ से,
यानी किचन दूर होता था, इधर नहीं होता था।
किचन इससे दूर होता था, वहाँ से लाते।
वो जो बाग में होता था वही।
हाँ हाँ।
अच्छा. So it's interesting that was the kitchen that was far away in the garden there, but they used to bring the food here and supply it from here. At that time it was termed as pantry. So where they were prepared the food and the utensils they were prepared, and then the food into them, and then they were presented to the emir and the guests and their families.
ये सारा देश क्या हो, वो क्या पूछना सोचें। लोग निब्रम मुल्क बासन जान।
So we are on the roof of Mir's palace, and we can see the valley of Gulmit in autumn. There's the polo ground. This is Mir's garden, and there are some old houses. So this was the roof of Mir's palace.
हम इस वक्त पैलेस के छत के ऊपर है। यहाँ से हम गुलमित के व्यू को अच्छी तरह देख सकते हैं। ये पुराना पोलो ग्राउंड है, उसके साथ जो नया सेटलमेंट वहाँ पे है। यहाँ ये पुराना किला जिसको हम किला कहते थे, यहाँ पे लोग उस ज़माने में सारे इकट्ठा एक जगह पे घर बना के रहते थे, जिसमें गलियाँ भी है और कुछ घर इस वक्त बंद पड़े हैं। तो ये यहाँ से बड़ा अच्छा नज़ारा है। यहाँ से दरिया देखा जा सकता है लेकर फसुकौन तक। तो ये बहुत खूबसूरत है।
Go. You, I think, viewed Gulmit from the roof, from the top of the roof, as Mr. Muhammad Rahbar and Mr. Asrar Hussain Azim, they were up, and then showed you a glance of Gulmit. Right now we are again on the second floor, or the second story, you could say. Sir, would you kindly tell us about the toilet system or the washrooms, how they were managed?
मुझे जो याद है, ये मेरे ख्याल में 1962 में यहाँ पे इस पैलेस में बाथरूम में ये जदीद फ्लश का यानी शुरू हुआ,
मुतारुफ हुआ यहाँ।
हाँ, मुतारुफ हुआ, क्योंकि प्रेसिडेंट अयूब उस वक़्त यहाँ पे तशरीफ़ लाए थे। तो उसके बाद यहाँ पे कोई 4 या 5 बाथरूम है इसके साथ।
अभी भी है?
अभी भी है।
अच्छा, वो कहाँ, किन के रूम में? अभी आपने जो हमें बता दिया, एक तो मीर के उसमें है, इसी तरह मेहमानों के वहाँ पे,
मेहमानों के यहाँ पे है।
अच्छा। तो well, it's interesting that before or earlier than 1960 there was no modern toilet system. Rather they depended on the traditional toilet system, and it was introduced after 1962 when President Muhammad Ayub Khan came here, and then we could find 4 or 5 toilets or the washrooms with the rooms here in the upper story. Thank you so much. So I would like to further inquire about the modern lighting system or the electricity and electrification. What was the position here with this historic building?
यहाँ पे पहले ज़माने में लाटीन से लाइट यहाँ शुरू हुआ है। लाटीन के बाद गैस, पेट्रोमैक्स गैस वो हमें याद है, लेकिन उसके बाद यहाँ पे जीप रोड से पहले मीर ऑफ हुंजा ने एक जनरेटर करीमाबाद से यहाँ से जो बहुत यानी मजबूत जवान थे, यहाँ गुलमित से जाके करीमाबाद से उन्होंने उस पौने ट्रैक
पे
पौने
कंधों
ट्रैक
पे।
पे, हाँ कंधों पे लकड़ी से जनरेटर को बांध के यहाँ लाया गया। और मुझे याद है कि सारे लोग यहाँ जमा हो गए और उस जनरेटर को यहाँ स्टार्ट करके यहाँ लाइट का शुरू।
ये कब की बात होगी एग्जैक्टली आपको याद
ये
है?
मेरे ख्याल में ये 1960 से
पहले की बात है ना?
हाँ,
क्योंकि जीप रोड यहाँ पे
हाँ,
1962 में आया था
हाँ,
शायद ना?
तो उससे पहले
यानी कि हिज हाइनेस प्रिंस
हाँ।
करीम आगा खान के विजिट से पहले की बात है।
ये 1958 हो सकता है। 1958 में यहाँ पे जनरेटर से लाइट यहाँ,
अच्छा
बाकी आवाम के पास इस तरह लाइट का बंदोबस्त नहीं था। इस फोर्ट में लाइट होता था
सिर्फ यहीं पे होता था और उधर
हाँ,
कर्नल
और
अशफाक
यहाँ
में
पे एक बहुत बड़ा लाइट लगा हुआ था ऊंचे जगह पे, जिससे ये पूरा ग्राउंड और ये इर्द गिर्द के जो जिसको हम किला कहते थे ये एरिया उससे लाइट।
यहाँ से वहाँ जो फॉर्मर सेक्रेटरी ऑफ द स्टेट कर्नल अशफाक खान के वहाँ रेजिडेंस में भी थे। सही है। So it's interesting again to inquire about and know about the electric system, a modern electric system. So Mr. Muhammad Rehbar was telling us, interestingly, that how the people from this area, they went to Karimabad, today's Karimabad. At that time it was termed as Balkit, and there was no jeep road even here. The jeep road, it was brought in 1962, but perhaps it was in 1958 when the people from this area, they went to Balkit and then have carried a generator run on the fuel on diesel. How they brought it from Balkit to Gulmit on their shoulders, keeping the wooden bars, something like that, on top of them, and then brought it from Karimabad to Gulmit. And normally it takes one full day, a full walk.
2 days.
2 days, yeah?
Yeah.
So, but for they have brought it in 2 days from Balkit to Gulmit and installed. When that was installed here, there was a new thing, before the community, before the public, and then this historic building, the palace, was enlightened, or it was, it was seen by the people that, well, it was so bright at night, and then that was a moment of wonder for the people. And then besides that, that has been that is called the generator house, which is down. We may go down also, and along with this palace, there was another residential area or residence of Colonel Ayash Khan, younger brother of Mir Muhammad Jamal Khan, who was then the Secretary of the State. His residence was also supplied or provided with electricity. Thank you, sir. So we'll move down now, and we'll see what kind of things are on the ground floor.
अच्छा उर्दू लिखना करना। अब हम ग्राउंड फ्लोर में आ गए। यहाँ पे एक देसी घर भी कह सकते हैं, या इंडोर कोर्ट भी है ये, क्योंकि बाहर जब ज़्यादा सर्दी होती थी, बर्फबारी, तो मीरा हुंजा दरबारियों के साथ यहाँ पे बैठते थे। यहाँ पे आग जलता था, तो ये वो जगह है। दूसरा जो हमने ऊपर आपको ये बताया था कि गंदम जो ऊपर स्टोर किया जाता था, इसमें ये इस तरह खोल के तो यहाँ पे इसको खोल के इधर भूरी पकड़ते थे, तो ऊपर से ये गंदम नीचे आता था, भूरी में भर जाता था ये। और ये स्टोर्स है, गंदम का, आटा का, ये भी स्टोर है, वो भी स्टोर है। इसमें संदूकों में ये गंदम को और आटा को स्टोर किया जाता था। ये स्टोर्स है।
So I'm going to translate it to you.
Jimmy.
So you just saw, and I'm so sorry because there is no light inside and we are depending on the flashlight of this camera. So this was an indoor court, as Mr. Muhammad Rahman was describing us, in indoor court when there used to be snowfall outside, and besides that, that is also a kind of corridor, and also a theater where the people would dance. Here is a place specifically for the dancing purpose, and the small rituals were also celebrated here. So that is what it was all about, this place, the venue. Yes.
यहाँ से क्या कहते हैं,
CD.
Syria.
हाँ, यहाँ से पहला मंजिल से दूसरे मंजिल पर जाने के लिए ये यहाँ पे सीढ़ियाँ होती थी, लकड़ी का।
अच्छा, उसी को तोड़ा गया है ऊपर। अच्छा।
और इस महल में सबसे पुराना कमरा ये है।
हाँ, ये मीर नजीम खान के दौर का है।
नजीम खान अंग्रेजों के दौर का है।
अंग्रेजों के दौर का
बहुत पुराना, जिसको लकड़ी और कठोर सिस्टम के थे तामीर किया गया है।
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा। Very interesting.
Kabar nişastırı temenne ya fungi telaga. Tanrı te kator.
Kator
çivi te hayoyen fung beneste ogoni.
अच्छा अच्छा. So it's very much interesting, Asrar. You just saw. You are looking at them and observing. This is the oldest one, constructed during the time of the British. So what we could see that, well, just it has been constructed with wooden stuffs are there, and there used to be a ladder or a stair, wooden stair that has been broken down, as I was describing above.
ऊपर
1, 2, 3 go capsule.
यहाँ से नीचे ये वो रास्ता है जहाँ से नीचे मीर का वो बाग होता था। फिर उनकी बेटियों के लिए जो कमरे बने हुए थे वो नीचे बाग में होते थे, और यहाँ से नीचे बाग तक पहुँचते थे। वहाँ बुर्ज खाना भी नीचे होता था। फिर जनरेटर हाउस, ये जनरेटर हाउस है। यहाँ पे जनरेटर से जो बिजली पैदा किया जाता था वो जनरेटर हाउस यहाँ पे है। और ये मुख्तलिफ स्टोर्स है बस।
So finally, though it's getting dark and we are running out of time as well, because I have to I will go back to Gilgit right now. So that's why I'm cutting it short here, and we'll hope that next time we'll come up with full version of that, in a sense. Here it was a generator house, and down there is in the garden there are over 5 rooms further that was constructed for the children of the Mir, and then there is also a mosque,
servant house,
and a servant house, and a kitchen, and generator house, and these things. And here are also some stores, the granaries which was shown to us. So many things are there, with regard to this palace.
गंदम के स्टोर का वो संदूक है।
Now, this is the granary store, the boxes in the granary store. So, sir, anything left?
नहीं, बस कुछ चीज़ भी।
All right. So finally, I am going to conclude
No,
it
no.
here.
Hmm.
Yeah. So finally, I am coming to the conclusion that with my deepest gratitude to my respected teacher Muhammad Rahbar for providing us this much information and sparing his time for us in this respect, and thanks to you, Asrar Hussain Azim, for making this video, and with this hope that though we are coming to a conclusion, it is not a detailed survey or videography. I can understand it, or it cannot be termed as a formal documentary on this old palace of the Mir of Hunza in Gulmit, but rather the purpose was to document some aspects of it and to show to the viewers, and particularly to those who are engaged with preservation and restoration work, whether within the Aga Khan Development Network or within the government sector, or out within the UNESCO or other international NGOs. I would request them to kindly focus Gulmit as it is so much enriched with historic buildings. More than 25 traditional houses are yet surviving, and particularly this old palace of the Mir, which cries for its restoration and preservation. And with this hope that Prince Amin, the owner of Amin Khan, the owner of this house, would also focus on this building, that how with the help of different stakeholders it could be restored and brought to the limelight of the public and tourism, particularly the ecotourism. Thank you to you all for watching it, and goodbye.